Yeah, look, no, it's not acceptable. And what happened here is Joe Biden has 100% been caught in a lie. And the White House has no idea how to respond. And let's also realize, how often do you say, I think you're in the clear, when you haven't done anything wrong at all, right? This is like not only a bad voicemail that's 100% Joe Biden, but he's caught saying, hey, Hunter, I think we might have got along with it, gotten away with it. It feels like a Scooby-Doo episode in some ways, the way that Joe Biden is talking. I will say, one positive is they didn't attempt to say this was Russian disinformation or that they had faked Joe Biden's voice or that the laptop wasn't real, which was what they all said back in October when the New York Post initially broke this story.
That was Outkick founder Clay Travis there on Fox News saying Joe Biden has 100% been caught in a lie. The president and the White House have copped backlash the last week for failing to address a bombshell voicemail that was leaked by the Daily Mail. The voicemail sees Joe Biden call his son Hunter in 2018 to tell him he thinks he's clear. It was in relation to a New York Times article that tied Hunter to a dodgy Chinese oil tycoon who was seeking to do business with big Washington names, including the Biden family. The article, published in 2018, stated that Hunter Biden met with Xi Jinping in Miami in May 2017 to discuss potential American infrastructure and energy deals. Another article published this year by the Washington Post went into greater detail of Hunter's business relationship with Mr. Xi Jinping, who in 2018 was put under investigation on suspicion of economic crimes. The thing is, Joe Biden has always maintained that he has no knowledge of his son's overseas business deals, claiming he has never asked Hunter about them, and says his son has never made money from China. But as Clay Travis points out, how often do you say, I think you're in the clear, when you haven't done anything wrong at all? Take a listen to the voicemail that has found the Biden administration in hot water.
Hey, pal, it's Dad. It's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just want to talk to you. I thought the article, at least the thing online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think it's clear. And anyway, if you get a chance, give me a call. I love you.
Hunter Biden's discarded laptop came to international prominence after he dropped it off to a repair shop in Wilmington, Delaware in April 2019. The contents of the laptop were leaked, unveiling numerous personal scandals for Hunter, including a tangled web of overseas financial deals he was involved in. However, the content inside was wildly buried by the mainstream media and dismissed as disinformation ahead of the 2020 election. A few months ago, the New York Times finally verified some of the emails, marking them as authentic. This week, the voicemails seem to confirm that the president has and will continue to protect his son at all costs. Fox News' Peter Doocy asked the hard questions on this topic on Tuesday to the White House press secretary, to no avail.
Why is there a voicemail of the president talking to his son about his overseas business dealings if the president has said he's never spoken to his son about his overseas business dealings?
Well, first I'll say that what the president said stands. So if that's what the president said, that is what stands. And secondly,
about a New York Times article concerning Hunter Biden's business dealings, and he says, I think you're clear. How is that not him talking to his son about his overseas business dealings?
We're not, from this podium, I am not going to talk about alleged materials from the laptop.
So are you disputing that the president's voice on the voicemail?
I am not going to talk about alleged materials on the laptop.
It's not happening. Then that it is not?
Peter, I refer you to his son's representative.
Real Clear Politics reporter Phil Wegman followed up on Peter's question, stating that the silence from the White House doesn't exactly stay in line with what the president has always maintained, and that is that he will always level with the American people.
How is that silence consistent with the president's promise to always level with the American public? Because, in public he says he hasn't discussed these business dealings, and then at least according to the voicemail that's been obtained by the Daily Mail and the Washington Examiner, it certainly seems like he was seeking to do exactly that, have a conversation about these business dealings. Is he leveling with the American public on this?
Phil, I hear your question, but what I can tell you from here, standing at this podium, is that I cannot comment on any materials from the laptop.
Wall Street Journal columnist Dan Henninger joined Fox News, where he said that it's clear White House officials have been told they are not allowed to talk about the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, claiming the president and his son are truly on thin ice.
In a way, you almost have to feel for Karine Jean-Pierre. Obviously, she's been told you are not allowed to talk about this out there. And one wonders how much someone like the White House spokeswoman actually knows about the details of what's going on. Joe Biden clearly is not talking about it. And one doubts that anyone inside that White House, perhaps a White House lawyer, is keeping track of that grand jury proceeding in Delaware. But I would guess that the White House people are basically in the dark, and they have to trust the president not to hang them out to dry. And they're in a very, very precarious situation because really, Joe Biden and Hunter are on thin ice with this situation, and it could truly crack beneath them at any time.